So after you've made all 5 parts for your puzzle cube, the next step you need to do is click on your eye up here. And we're going to go to New, and we're going to actually create a drawing file. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us the opportunity to create your multi-views. So your top, your front, and your right side view. So we click on Base. And the first thing you do is go into your little search menu and you pick out one of your pieces and you click on your part and you click Open. And it's going to pop up just like this. If it's too small, you can always change your scale over here, but 1:1 should be fine. So click here. You're going to click straight up. It's going to make a box, so don't let that stress you out. Click over here to the right and then down to the bottom until it switches. Now you have 3 boxes. They don't look like it's supposed to, but that's okay because you're going to right click and you're going to create. So this is what our multi-view should look like. Now, when we're doing multi-views, we have to do what we call dimensioning. And we have dimensioning rules we have to follow. And so when we dimension, we're going to go under Annotate and Dimension. And the first thing we should do is always do the overall dimension. That's our width. Remember we talked about that when we did multi-views before. This is also our width. Now we dimension, I now know the overall width here and another width here. There are no other widths that I need to measure, so I shouldn't go up here and try to do this. This is what we call a double dimension. Double dimensions are not good. We don't want to overly dimension our stuff. This would be a very, very poorly dimensioned piece. So you don't want to do this, okay? Now, if you do happen to do that, and I do want you guys to check each other's work, go back and say, okay, listen, we have too many, this is width, this is width, this is the exact same measurement. I don't need both of these. So I can right click and I can delete the ones I don't need. So it's an easy fix if you mess up. Then we want to do your overall height. All right. So if I'm doing my overall height, I'm going to go from here to here. I can either do it on the right picture or I can do it on the left picture. I just don't like to cross dimension lines, so I'm going to do mine on the left or on the right. I'm also going to measure from here to here because that's also a height. Then I measure from here to here. And that'll give you my measurement there. So this is how it should look. Usually you want to keep your dimensions between your pictures. If I did that, I'd have to go through my object. That's one of the rules we try to avoid. We try not to dimension through our object if we can. Sometimes you can't help it. The other thing we want to do again is we don't want to over dimension. So if I know this dimension, I don't need this dimension because I can subtract and get that dimension. Same thing over here, we have hidden lines. We want to always avoid dimensioning the hidden lines. So now I've got my width, now I've got my height. The next thing I need to get is my depth. So to get my depth, I'm going to go from left to right. There's my depth for this piece. And then the next part is here to here for this piece. Oops. Do I have dimension again? All right. There should always be a little gap in here. And I dimensioned it up here this time just because it's a little cleaner. Because again, if I had a dimension down here, I'd either have to go below and not between my 2 objects, or I'd have to go through my object. And I want to try to avoid both of those things. The last thing I would do with these projects is I want to go in here and I highlight my object. And I want that to be colored so I can see which color it is. And I'm going to click on Base View, or no, Edit View. And see this little colored shaded piece here? I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click OK. And then it colors your piece for you. And so this would be a fully dimensioned multi-view piece. And the only other thing I tell you guys to do is in your text box, go over here. And we can put a little title over here. This is your blue part.
Christy Howard, if you're still in the building,